Welcome to Now Trending. In this video, we're going to talk about top 10 weirdest things taught in schools. Before starting, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Now Trending for more trending videos. We learn essential lessons at school and, the very least, learn the basic functions we will need to live our adult lives. However, there is some things we have learned in school that wasn't intended to be taught. Here are top 10 useless teachings of all time. Number 10. Stupid questions definitely exist. Life has taught us that they may be somewhat incorrect. Granted, schools must instill in students the value of asking questions. Students are more likely to participate in class when this concept is taught, and they're less likely to feel criticized if they don't grasp anything. While the proverb holds in the classroom, asking a dumb question in the real world might cost you a lot of money. Asking a dumb question in a social context might ruin your reputation in ways you can't control. Number 9. Reciting the school's alma mater teaches you nothing. This is perhaps more applicable to private schools and colleges. Memorizing the alma mater was one of those things you had to do. You know, the song you have to sing once a year or so, but if you're being honest with yourself, you'll probably forget it or won't even bother to memorize it. Unless you or your interviewer have a coincidental alma mater connection, no one goes to an interview and starts belting out their high school alma mater. Number 8. Geometry doesn't make pizza taste better. Anyone who has taken geometry or trigonometry will recall learning about equilateral, isosceles, and scalene triangles. Triangle knowledge, on the other hand, is a waste of memory cells unless you're a mathematician or an architect. While knowing the fundamentals of triangles is vital, A2 plus B2 equals C2 has little practical application. In reality, for most of us, the only time we think about triangles is when we order pizza and have to decide which triangle to eat. You're not going to return the pizza just because you got a crooked scalene instead of a perfect isosceles. Number 7. The cringiest hour, you learn nothing in sex ed. Please, I'm not implying that sex education was ineffective or unnecessary. Quite the contrary. However, sex education is peculiar, to say the least. Most students and teachers are put in unpleasant situations as a result. No, I don't mean it that way, thank you very much. Talking about sex with a class of 12 and 13-year-olds is a difficult situation for the teacher, to say the least. Number 6. Dissecting animals. For future serial killers? Millions of animals are dissected every year in elementary, middle, and high schools as students learn the fundamentals of anatomy. Unfortunately, dissection is not as simple as it appears. Children participate in cult-like rituals of desecrating the bodies of small animals. This is the most heinous standard ever. Don't get it wrong, dissections are necessary for scientific research, but they're also disgusting. The trauma of dissections is bad for any child who does not aspire to be a veterinarian or surgeon. 5. Recorders are the most useless instrument. For most children, learning to play the recorder is one of the most memorable musical experiences. We didn't do it because we were recording whizzes. Yes, they're simple enough for small hands, and yes, they're a good way to teach someone to read music, but with all the cards on the table, it was merely a pretext to compel children to enroll in music lessons. Recorders are among the most affordable woodwind instruments. They are the greatest instruments for musical class instruction in many schools. Number 4. DARE accidentally caused a generation of drug users. The US government had a brilliant idea a while back to teach children about the dangers of drug misuse. The DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education Initiative, urged children to simply say no to drugs. Nancy Reagan, thank you very much. Regrettably, the initiative was not always successful. Law enforcement officers served as spokespeople for the DARE program, which toured schools to teach about drugs. The program was not always appropriate for the children, and it may have caused more harm than good. Number 3. Teaching a different version of history. While history is how we learn about the past, we occasionally deviate from the truth. But as long as it's part of the approved curriculum, that's fine, right? No, I'm sorry. When it comes to altered history, American history books are no stranger to controversy, and they may be a touch too fake. Christopher Columbus, the explorer who found America, is one of the largest frauds and arguably the most contentious examples. Number 2. Grades are more important than learning. We learn how to exist in our world in school, yet certain lessons harm us rather than help us. In most schools, students are pushed to sacrifice everything for a grade, including enjoyments, friends, hobbies, and sleep. These negative tendencies stifle genuine learning and comprehension. Students, for example, cram for tests a few days before they take them to guarantee they pass with flying colors. Cramming isn't a good way to learn for something for a long time. It's designed for taking tests. Number 1. Caring for an egg is nothing like parenthood. I'm sure you're thinking something along those lines. Is caring for an egg strange enough to be included on the list? Yeah, absolutely. Taking care of the egg baby was the strangest sex ed assignment that everyone was looking forward to. It's hilarious. You sketch a face on your egg, stick on some hair, give it a name. If you shatter it, your baby, well, is dead. Let's be honest, an egg is not a baby, regardless of what your health teacher claims. To begin with, an egg doesn't cry. An egg doesn't have a bowel movement. An egg doesn't have to strive to fall asleep. It's an egg! That was the top 10 weirdest things taught in schools. We want to know, what's the craziest thing you learned in school? Let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video and like to hear more from us, subscribe to Now Trending and turn on notifications before you go. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.